All right, let's get into this. So this is chapter 12 of this fantastic book. I read part of this before. We're going to do it again. Then we'll tie it into other stuff. All right. So the book is Awo, the autobiography of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Until 1951, when the Action Group proclaimed its slogan of unity through federation, the question as to what type of constitution Nigeria should have was not at all an issue in the country's politics. Since then, it has become and still is a vexed question. In my considered opinion, and in the view of the Action Group of Nigeria and of other parties in alliance with it, the present constitutional structure of Nigeria is not in accordance with some of the established principles and practice of true federalism. Who is speaking here, Awo? When is he writing this? 1960. Why am I saying that? Because there's some of us Yoruba people who are very, very expressive about the need for regional, restructuring of Nigeria and having regional system and things like that. And I support you 100%. I want regional system. I think it works better. But I think we need to define terms. I think for the most part, we don't really get the idea that Awolowo was espousing when he was alive. When we talk about regional system today, most of the time we're talking about what happened in the 1950s, what Awolowo did. Awolowo did great, right? But Awolowo is saying that even that structure was not the right one. If there's anything I'm hoping to achieve with this thing, is to get us to start thinking like Papa as far as federalism is concerned. It's not about state creation. There's nothing wrong with state creation, but it's not really about that. It's about the basis of the state creation. And if you read the book by Awo, the book is called Thoughts of the Nigerian Constitution. He mentioned the idea of regionalism. There are different things that determines regional structure or creation of states. And of course, two of them will be ethno-linguistic factors and geographical factors. For Nigeria, for the most part, now geography they determine them. And that's one of the problems that we have. And let me quickly say something. You see, in 1884, between 1884 and 1885, there was a conference in Berlin, in Germany. That was when what's called the partitioning of Africa took place. The partitioning of Africa. Africa was partitioned amongst people, who just looked at the map and said, bring your knife, bring pencil, bring ruler, more just cut up. You take this place, you take this place. The basis of that was not the people. As far as they were concerned, they were just sharing a booty, or the booties of whatever you want to call it, whether it's war or exploration. Or what they did was to break us anyhow. And I've said this before, when people say things like colonialism divided Africa, the answer is yes and no. If what you are saying is that colonialism is what divided Africa into many groups, you are wrong. Again, for the upteenth time, Africa was never one. There is no Akebulan anywhere. All these things coming out of some places, I won't mention the name of the place. I've read their books. When I was younger, I would read these things. The reason I say this thing, when I was younger, right, there are some books I read. You read some things, you think that the person that is writing knows what he's saying, and then the person just talk nonsense because the person is actually imputing their own desire in. So, in order to make the white man a bad person, you say, there was a time we're all one, then white people came and destroyed it. I was in the bookshop some time ago. I was going to buy a book by a particular author. He's a good author. He has written good books. When I was going to buy for my kids, and I opened the book, and the first thing I saw was that how Africa was destroyed because we're all one until Europeans came. That thing is not true. It keeps you at the level of being a victim for life. It's the same thing happening in some parts of Nigeria. There are certain rhetorics. Number one is not true. Number two, repeating that rhetoric only keeps you down. We were this. White man did this to us. Look at our lives. They did it to other people. But that's not even the point I'm trying to make. As far as Africa is concerned, Africa was not one whole that was divided by Europeans. What happened in Berlin? Two things happened, by the way. It was a division and uniting of different groups. So, for instance, they divided a group and then united a subset of that group with a subset of another group with whom they were not connected before that so quote unquote unity or uniting. Let me say it in another way. You have different groups within Africa. We have always been different. There's no we can be Pan-African as far as trade, business, cultural exchange, travel, all those beautiful things. I'm all for it. But once your Pan-Africanism gets to identity, culture, language, I'm not you. You are not me. We are not we. Us is not us. Everybody go their own separate ways. There's no time like that where one whole Europe, one whole Africa, see what Europe did. The truth of the matter is that you have a group. So we have many groups in Africa from time. Okay? Some had kings, some didn't. These groups, so they'll take one like Yoruba, for instance. I'll mention Yoruba and Hausa for this explanation because perfect example. Took Yoruba, broke Yoruba into 3. I would say 4 actually, but the 4, those other ones, they were not autochthonous, but they're not indigenous. Go figure. Anyway, the point is they broke us into Nigeria, Benin Republic, and Togo. One ethnicity broken into 3 different countries. Why? Because you have Britain taking one and then France taking the others. Therefore, now you are broken into different groups. So a group has been broken. They will now take Yoruba, the part of Yoruba that is in Nigeria. By the way, in case you're a Yoruba person, we are not just Nigeria. We're in Nigeria, we're in Benin Republic, we're in Togo, we're in Ghana, we're in Sierra Leone, we're in Gambia. In Africa alone. Then we are in other parts like Cuba and Brazil, Venezuela. But primarily, get back to the point. The Yoruba people in Nigeria, who are to be fair, we're the bulk of Yoruba people everywhere in the world anyway, but the point is I want to give our guests in Nigeria, they will now go and pick Igbo, Tiv, Idoma, groups from different places, and now adds to us. What they are doing is not uniting us. They are creating a new what's the word now? A new structure based on the fact that they now have a new property. And I keep saying that for us, as we say we don't go to school, but they speak English. Now that we are educated and we speak all this fantastic English, does it not make sense to understand how to now actually structure ourselves based on our natural lines? Because this is never going to work. Wallahi, it will never work. And it's not just Nigeria, it's a story all over Africa. Check out Africa. It's a story everywhere you go. It's like MTN. Because people are with strange bedfellows, not because they chose to, but because they were made to.